Testing a few things. You know what? First thing we do, just because, yeah, I'm trying to make some adjustment. That's a little loud. That's what it looks like right here. Just because I want to see what it looks like. Oh shit, my audio is loud. Alright, sorry about that. I'm just trying to figure out what in the hell is going on with my audio. Hopefully the old man shows up so I can figure this out. Alright. Anyways, I guess we'll get started. Nobody's watching me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. What do I do? Wish I could change my settings on this. Damn, that is. I am really sorry if this is too loud for everybody. I am truly sorry. I don't mean to be too loud for everybody. I mean, that's just. All right. Anyways, I guess we'll get started with the first article. Before we really get into this, I really don't have any skin in the game on this one. My PC can't run Helldivers 2. I don't have a PlayStation. Now my brother, on the other hand, he and my off and on co-host, besides the old man, whenever he's here, he does have Helldivers 2. And then you have my little brother has, he had Helldivers 2 until he decided, because the way they screwed over his friends, because he's got some friends he's made online over the past few months that he can't even play with anymore, thanks to this crap that Sony's pulling. So he went ahead and went for his refund, which is sad it had to happen, but completely understandable. I mean, they are screwing people. Anyways, so mind you, this is a game I was interested in getting. If I can get my computer up to snuff, but go figure. We'll share the screen since I am still trying to get this to work. All right. This, of course, is on Bounty into Comics. Spencer Bakuli. This was on the 3rd. I figure we'll just read over a few of their articles and see what they have to say on it before we play with the fun of some of the other websites. Sony now requiring Helldivers 2 PC players to link Steam and PSN accounts in order to access game. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse, or to pad their numbers. In a frustrating an unnecessary move that serves only to hurt the reputation of the fan favorite democracy spreading simulator. Helldivers 2 publisher Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced that following the fixing of apparent technical issues, PC players will now be required to link their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account in order to play the game. This soon-to-be implemented change to Helldivers 2's terms of service was first revealed to the public via a post made by SIE to the game's official Steam and Twitter pages on May 2nd. Greetings, old man. Sorry, I could not, for the life of me, get Rumble to work because all right, I'll tell you what, I don't have 5 followers on Rumble. I'm crap. I have to start posting stuff over there. This is soon to be implemented. All right, whatever that. Attention, Helldivers. You know what? We're just going to read this here. Attention, Helldivers. Due to technical issues at launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided by PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. Before we go any further into this statement that they're wanting to go, remember, this is PlayStation. This is Sony. You know, you hear about them every 3 months. They have their accounts get hacked. It's always popping up. Yeah, real security there. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6th, all new Helldivers players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up using this link. Unless you're in about 176 other countries. We understand that while this may be an inconvenience to some of you, this step will help us to continue to build a community that you are all proud to be a part of. Many thanks for your continued support of Helldivers 2. In defense of this move, the publisher asserted account linking plays a critical role in protecting our players and upholding the values of safety and security provided on PlayStation and PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. They added, it also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. Now, there's another catch to this. You see, up to this point, basically, the developers of Helldivers, they would, outside of a handful of things, they wanted to stay out of all politics and stuff like that, really. But outside of a handful of things, you could really go around and say what you really wanted. And basically, these people are, Sony has been doing this a lot. Oh no, you offended somebody, or somebody filed a fake report and bam, your account was screwed. It's nasty. There's no other way around it. I'll see if I can pull it up there. I got a few of them up here. I'll type in just so you can see examples of some of the things that Sony has done on their FAQ that are questionable. Drawing their message to a close, SIE then explained to players that rather than rolling out this change immediately, they would be doing so gradually over the course of the next 4 weeks. As of May 6th, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. So this, well, basically it's what I read up there. While some may question why this development would draw the ire of PC-based Helldivers, after all, a PlayStation Network account is completely free to create, it should be noted that the issue with SIE's new requirements is not one of cost, but one of service. Excuse me. Simply put, the more hoops a company requires a customer to jump through in order to enjoy their product, the less likely said customer is to do so. As such, this introduction of mandatory account linking serves to benefit not the player, for whom convenience is the name of the game, nor Arrowhead Games, who will likely see a small reputational hit due to this move, but only Sony, whose PSN ecosystem will likely see a boost in both engagement and financial revenue thanks to the forthcoming influx of new users. Well, no. In adding insult to injury, it should be noted that despite mandating that players connect their Steam and PSN accounts, as of writing, Arrowhead Games has yet to announce any plans to introduce cross-account progression into the title. Mind you, this is from the 3rd. And I'm going to see if I can pull up this other one, because this one is kind of messed up. Do we go over? Oh, it gets more fun. It gets a lot more fun. Okay. We're gonna just we'll share this one for the moment and read over it. What's funny is I'm pulling up on my phone the other one I wanted to find so I can search for read. Sony makes change to PSN FAQ following Helldivers 2 controversy. Sony quietly changes a question in the PlayStation Network FAQs related to account linking amid ongoing Helldivers 2 controversy. This was from a day ago. Amid the ongoing Helldivers 2 controversy, Sony has made a small but crucial change to the PlayStation Network's FAQs. While Helldivers 2 has been an enormous success in its initial launch period, some gamers have been less than pleased by developer Arrowhead Studios and publisher Sony over the last couple of days. We'll get into this, but do not blame Arrowhead. Do not blame them at all. This is solely on Sony's head. Helldivers 2 is a game that, in the period after release, has built up a ton of goodwill with its community. The developer is frequently speaking to players about what they'd like to see in the game and is bringing constant content updates to make the game feel constantly fresh. However, when Helldivers 2 announced a major change to Steam and PlayStation account linking, many gamers in the community felt betrayed, and the aftermath hasn't been pretty. As reported by DualShockers, Redditors have noticed that Sony has made a small change to the PSN FAQs. With the question, do I have to sign into PSN to play a PlayStation game on PC? It was previously stated that this was optional in the FAQs. However, in the quietly revised answer, Sony claims that some PlayStation games may require you to sign in and link to an account for PSN, although Helldivers 2 is being review bombed in the wake of this controversy. This change could imply that Sony is sticking to its guns on this particular issue. Yeah, they are hosing themselves. Sorry, not using Reddit. Just about Reddit. But I wish I could zoom in. Sony tried to cover their mistakes. You could. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really screwed up. At least on my end. It will certainly be interesting to see how the situation continues to develop. Helldivers 2's director has already responded to the review bombing of the game, describing it as warranted. However, it remains unclear how much of the decision is actually down to Arrowhead Game Studios or if it is being led by Sony. Okay. Regardless, the community doesn't seem like it will back down here. So it'll be fascinating to see if player numbers are massively affected when the changes take effect on May 6th. While the controversy is definitely a blow to Helldivers 2 and its strong reputation, hopefully the game continues to deliver great content to players. One recent Helldivers 2 leak even hints at the destruction of one planet, which would be a big change to ongoing galactic war. It's important that players always take these leaks with a grain of salt, however. There are many concepts that have been leaked in the game so far, and not everything seems makes all the way to release. Now, I'm going to stop sharing this one. Let's see, is it this one? Is it? Alrighty. Okay. Now, they were talking about how it was getting review bombed. Well, let's see if this kicks in like it's supposed to. And there we go. So Windows Central, this was 2 days ago, actually. So, Helldivers 2 CEO apologizes for Sony PSN requirement fiasco as Steam review bombing continues. I hope we will make it up and regain the trust. Yeah, well, I guess it's warranted. Sony, sorry everyone for how this all transpired. But you need to know, Arrowhead Studios' popular co-op shooter Helldivers 2 is going through a review bombing uproar on Steam right now due to publisher Sony reintroducing a requirement that will soon force PC players to link their Steam account to a PlayStation network, one in order to continue playing. Though the requirement was technically in place at launch, it was quickly withdrawn to ease the strain on Helldivers 2 servers. As a result, many players were not aware of its existence before they bought the game, and now feel blindsided that Sony is pushing it live again. Ultimately, the big problem here is that only 69 countries in the world actually support PlayStation Network. So anyone who doesn't live in one of these regions may be locked out of playing Helldivers 2 once Sony's new policy goes into effect. Arrowhead is working with Sony to figure out a solution for these players. Arrowhead CEO John Falstad, not John, Johan here. Okay, has apologized. Sorry, dude, I mean to butcher your name. For for how this all transpired and says he hopes we will make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. Notably, though, the studio says this decision to bring the PSN requirement back was entirely Sony's. In case you missed it, in case you missed the news, Arrowhead Game Studios loved 2024 co-op shooter. I gotta get. Sorry, this is stop the ducks. Uh, sorry. Co-op shooter Helldivers 2 is in the midst of a review bombing uproar on Steam right now, with players responding angrily to PlayStation Network account requirements that publisher Sony will soon reintroduce the game through Helldivers 2 technically asked PC players to link their Steam account to the PlayStation Network the PlayStation Network when it launched in early February. That requirement was quickly and things just went haywire on my end. Okay. Sorry. I am screwing up horribly. This is why I should probably get used to flying solo again. Alright, withdrawn from grace period to ease the strain on the servers, and since the only indication of existence was a small, albeit highlighted line of text on the game's Steam page, many players ended up buying and playing it without ever being aware of the requirement. This led to the messy situation we find ourselves in now, with Sony's newly announced plan to roll PSN linked requirements back out in waves that start on May 6th and end on May 6th and end on June 4th. Sorry, try to get this word. Leaving tons of PC players feeling blindsided, though the PlayStation maker says this is important to do to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players that engage in that type of behavior. Basically, oh no, we got butthurt people that are out there that are going to false report. So we got to be able to ban as fast as we can. He said he dead named me, or any number of bullshit things they want to spew out. Yeah, hate people. As many legitimate claims as the person could have, which all they have to do is they block communication with the person. Simple. Real click, you can be done with them. But who can't do that? We must make sure that they are completely gone. This type of behavior, fans are largely unsatisfied with the explanation, especially since Sony didn't touch on what will happen to folks who don't live in one of the 69 countries where PlayStation Network is available. Lying about where you reside can result in a ban, according to Sony's terms of service. This has prompted Johan, which I don't want to butcher his name again, sorry, CEO of Arrowhead, to come forward with several statements about the situation, including an apology for how this whole ordeal has been handled. Alex writing the review score, he said, sharing a screenshot showing the Helldivers 2 recent review score has dropped to mixed status. Well, I guess it's warranted. Sorry everyone for how all this transpired. I hope we will make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. I just want to make great games. Yeah, ouch. I mean, it dropped quick. Earlier on Friday, the gentleman also wrote a short post directing players to PlayStation's support article on using PSN accounts for PC games, which ironically made things more confusing. The article notes that signing into a PSN on PC is optional, even though Sony's new Helldivers 2 policy says that it will be mandatory for the co op shooter. In response to that inconsistency, it's been noted that Arrowhead is discussing that question with our partners at PlayStation and trying to find a solution. It's also been confirmed that the studio is looking into solutions on how to get around the country drop down menu if your country isn't listed, which hopefully means nobody will be region locked out of accessing the game they've purchased once Sony's rule goes into effect. Additionally, the gentleman expressed he wishes the developer had been more vocal about the requirement's existence and the intent to eventually bring it back. I understand that linking accounts and signing up for additional services may not be something that some users would like to do, and that needs to be respected, he said. While the Steam page has always shown the requirements on the game page, I wish we had been more clear with the long term intent to not disappoint any of the divers out there. Something important to reiterate here is that while Arrowhead could have done more to call attention to the requirement, the decision to bring it back now was entirely Sony's. It's because the decision is not ours, nothing to do with bad customer support. We don't know. Thomas Twinbeard Peterson, one of Arrowhead's community managers, in replying to someone in the official Helldivers Discord server, criticizing the developer's lack of clear answer for region locking concerns. You can always ask Sony, but until they offer us a more detailed response, we'll reply to the best of our ability with the limited info we have. Should there have been a FAQ? Yes. The original announcement post was also written entirely by the publisher. Frankly, this entire situation sucks, and I feel for players worried that they won't be able to play Helldivers 2 anymore since they live in a region where PSN isn't supported. I also feel bad for the developers at Arrowhead right now, as they're currently unable to give fans clear answers and stuck watching the incredible game they've poured their hearts and souls into get raked over the coals on Steam for a decision they're not even responsible for. Well, in a way, let's see if I can find the post on it because it's kind of funny. Is it here? Not it. All right, let's see. And this was good news. I'm sure it's probably covered in this part. Holy Lord. All right. See if this will work. Um, uh, Alrighty. Helldivers 2 removed from purchase on Steam in over 150 countries. This is 15 hours ago. George Foster wrote this one. The hits keep coming for Helldivers 2 as the PSN sign-in controversy has led it to being delisted from Steam in over 100 countries. So, PlayStation's controversial announcement that Helldivers 2 players on PC would be required to sign in to a PlayStation Network account, which will make the game unplayable for some, has led to the game being delisted from Steam in over 100 countries. After spending most of 2024 so far as one of the most popular games of the year, and even one of the best selling games from PlayStation in recent memory, Helldivers 2 seems to take one of the biggest falls from grace in gaming history. Just a few days ago, PlayStation announced that PC players on Steam would be required to log into PSN to be able to play the game. Sony backed this up by claiming it was for player protection, but Helldivers 2 community wasn't having any of that and took to orbital striking the Steam page with over 180,000 negative reviews in the past few days. To top it all off, players have even reported successfully receiving refunds from Steam despite having far more playtime than the standard 2-hour limit that is usually enforced. Holy Lord, Helldivers 2 is no longer purchasable in 177 countries where PSN is not available, but some are still available, like Baltics. This game has now received 215,000 negative reviews. As bad as things have been for Helldivers 2 on Steam, over the past few days, there's always been a little optimism that PlayStation would realize how badly this has gone and reverse it. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that certainly doesn't seem like it's happening anytime soon, since, as shared by the SteamDB Twitter page, Helldivers 2 has been removed from sale on Steam in over 100 countries. Just over 10 hours ago, Helldivers 2 SteamDB page was updated to add restrictions on which countries would be able to purchase the game on Steam, though through a very lengthy change log, we can see that a total of 177 countries are now unable to purchase Helldivers 2 on PC, including Bermuda, Guyana, Jamaica, and a whole bunch of others. Although 177 countries might raise some alarm bells considering there are only 192 in the world, Steam actually has between 240 and 250 due to how it divides certain regions. It's still a very large number of areas in the world no longer being able to purchase Helldivers 2, but it's not quite as scary as it may first seem. I don't know. Looks pretty bad to me. Going through the list is a little like doing the Countries of the World song from the Animaniacs, but with a far more depressing tone. Arrowhead has already made it clear it doesn't agree with the requirement and wants to change it, but we'll have to wait and see how PlayStation responds to the controversy next week, and if it reverses the decision altogether. For many, though, it looks like Helldivers 2 is going to be impossible to play on PC. Yeah, I'm sorry, they kind of got their. I mean, you have where a day ago, you have where Steam was wavering, was waiving the refund playtime limit for Helldivers 2 players, which makes sense when brother decided to refund his. Like I said earlier on the stream, he he has several friends in other countries that he plays with on there, and basically, um, they are getting yeeted off, and he's losing 6 of them on there that won't be able to play it. And they're the main ones he plays with. He made them on there, and he's been playing with them. and he basically said screw it and got a refund like they did because it's not worth it. Let's see if I can refresh this because this could be funny. Okay, I hope this goes better than I think it will. Although nobody will probably watch it. We're going to go over some of the Twitter comments on this. Just because shits and giggles. Share screen. Yes, I want to share that. Share it. Alrighty. Let's see. One couldn't resist showing the chart from mostly positive to holy lord. Helldivers 2 developers fucking Sony destroy 7 years of work and months of critical success under one day. I mean, some of these things you have to wonder what the hell they were thinking. And then you get some of these people. Let me see if I can find the genius on here who doesn't seem to understand why people. It isn't about having to sign into Sony at all. It's about the fact that they are this guy right here. This guy seems to be under the belief that it's just signing into that, just like you're signing into one of the other services. No, it doesn't work. And of course, before you say it, no, this guy it just repost shared this. This is not. This guy is not that guy. But this guy doesn't seem to understand that the PlayStation Network requirement is going to shaft so many damn people that there's no chance of recovery for this. I mean, Sony is about to. They may have had a chance. They may have a chance to recover from this. I doubt it. I really do. I really think this is going to bite them. I mean, damn. And they deserve it. I mean, they deserve the burn for this one. Damn Sony. I've had my things against it for a while. Hey, welcome back, old man. Good to see you. See if I can get my other tab to pull up. Of course, I can't just keep talking about this because there was actually some sad news today that I wanted to go over because it really, really sucks. I mean, come on, load. You didn't have it, so. Oh. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it either. Dang it. Let's see if these people have it because this was sad news. There it is. We're going to go to, as much as I think they're douchebags, we're going to go to Variety for this. Really sucks. But what can you do? All right. Bernard Hill, Lord of the Rings and Titanic actor, dies at 79. Yeah. Bernard Hill, the actor known for playing King Theoden in Lord of the Rings trilogy and Captain Edward Smith in Titanic, has died. He was 79. I know, I know. Hill died early on Sunday morning. His agent Lou Colson confirmed to Variety he was with his fiancee Allison and his son Gabriel. No cause of death was given. Hill first came to prominence as Yoser Hughes in Alan Blaisdell's 1982 miniseries Boys from the Black Stuff. His character was known for his "Giza job" catchphrase that same year he portrayed Sergeant Putman in the Richard Attenborough directed film Gandhi. Hill appeared in multiple British television series between the 70s and 80s, including I, Claudius, Crown Court, Rooms, Fox, Jackanory, I guess. They're British. In 1997, Hill played Captain Smith in James Cameron's Titanic, which won 11 Oscars. He then joined Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings franchise as King Theoden, appearing in 2002's The Two Towers and 2003's Return of the King, which also nabbed 11 Oscars. Hill appeared in 2 of the 3 films, with the most Academy Awards of all time to date. Ben-Hur also achieved in the record. In 2015, he played Duke of Norfolk and uncle of Anne Boleyn in the BBC miniseries Wolf Hall, which won the BAFTA for Best Drama Series. Hill was born on December 17th, 1944, in Blackley, Manchester. During his acting career, which spanned over 5 decades, on other notable films such as Mr. Toad's Wild Ride in '96, A Midsummer Night's Dream in '99, True Crime '99, The Scorpion King in 2002, Valkyrie in 2008. That was actually a good one there. I liked Valkyrie. Paranorman in 2012. Hill will appear alongside Martin Freeman in the police drama The Responder, which begins airing in its 2nd season on BBC One this weekend. You know what? I'm probably going to look up The Responder because I have all sorts of British apps. This is sad news. I'm sorry to bring the tone down, but you know, not that there was much of a good tone with the Helldivers stuff, but damn it, it sucks for losing good actors. Tired of losing good actors, so we're stuck with crap. I mean, damn. Let's see if there was something. Oh wow, let's see. See, this may be interesting to go over. I don't know if you're. Well, I don't know. Nothing on Taylor Swift. Nope. Would rather be flogged. Um, hmm. I trying to get it to load up something interesting. I'm sorry, I'm just off track for Brazil. I mean, damn it. Why do we have to lose the good ones? Can we lose a washed up has been or something instead? Or never was, or glorified extra, or any number of things other than him? No, we have to lose skilled and talented. We have to lose skilled actors while we get stuck with. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's see. What's there? Oh, there was what. I'm trying to. Don't care about that. That's not. Sorry. Anyways, how's your night going, old man, or anybody else out there? If there is anybody else out there. Such a positive spin on things. Yeah, I am. I'm definitely a professional at losing track of things. See if there's anything on this because I just I'm gonna say this quite simply. I'm trying to round out. I'm trying to buy just enough time for my supper to end because it's cooking in another room, but I can smell it. I'm starved. Uh, let's see. Hmm. Nah, we're not gonna. As much as I want to go over Jerry Seinfeld crashing SNL, screw SNL. Sorry, I have nothing. I don't want anything to do with them. I just SNL sucks. Uh, uh, you know what? This is a positive thing. This is actually a positive story, and if nothing else, it's something that I can happily say that has to be bugging the ever loving shit out of George Takei. Arrogant douchebag. Uh, sorry. No love for that glorified extra. No, I do not wish ill upon him. I just wish his career would vanish and that his charity would thrive. You know, I believe in his charity. I really do on raising money for making stuff to preserve information and resources about the people that were in the Japanese internment camps. Other than that, George Takei is a god awful douchebag that can just take a flying leap and kiss his own ass. But all right, William Shatner says he'd be willing to do another Star Trek voyage. Captain Kirk says he is open to return to Star Trek if the storytelling is stellar. It's an intriguing idea, said William Shatner, the legendary captain of the Starship Enterprise, speaking to the Canadian press on a video call while promoting his new documentary, You Can Call Me Bill, which arrives Tuesday. I'll have to look that up. It's almost impossible, but it was a great role and so well written. And if there were a reason to be there, not just to make a cameo appearance, but if there were a genuine, oh, good Lord, go away, little extra articles. This is why I don't like you, Deadline. Genuine reason for the character appearing, I might consider it, said 93-year-old actor. Shatner's last appearance was, dear God, editor, it's a space bar. Calm down, calm down, don't let it derail you. Appearance was in 1994 film Star Trek Generations, and spoiler alert, he dies. Yeah, I kind of didn't like how that worked out. Generations had some fun points, but the story was kind of. I did not like how they kind of. There was things they could have done, but just. Uh, Typo banner needed. You know what? Do I even have the option of that on here right now? I think you saved it on here. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Huzzah! Improvements. You get what I'm saying, don't you? I mean, what the hell is that? I mean, they don't have any excuses. May 5th at 10:07 in the morning. There's been enough hours to fix this. But Shatner cited a software company he promotes that would allow him to play a younger version of the captain. The company, Otoy, specializes in technology that takes years off of your face so that in a film you can look 10, 20, 30, 50 years younger than you are, Shatner said. Shatner even has a scenario where Kirk is resurrected. Actually, they have a fan film on YouTube. I just wish I could remember the name of it offhand. It was really well done. It's sad whenever the fan films do much better than the stuff that's produced by these less than talented people. Sorry, I need a drink. A company that wants to freeze my body and my brain for the future might be a way of going about it. He said, we've got Captain Kirk's brain frozen here. There's a scenario. Let's see if we can bring back a little bit of this, a little salt, a little pepper. Oh, look at that. Here comes Captain Kirk. Well, at least he has a fun way of putting it. While we're at it, we're going to look up, just because I feel like crapping on Paramount right now, because why not? Alrighty. This is an article by Joe Goldsmith. Cool. So let me pull it up. You know what? I'm going to, it's deadline. I'm going to leave the banner up because I don't trust these people to actually get things right. Just saying. Okay. Paramount to negotiate with Sony and Apollo, but continues Skydance talks. James Cameron, Ari Emanuel, back David Elson's update. All right, so this is a cluster of things. Updated with Paramount's board decision to begin new negotiations. A special committee of the Paramount Global Board decided at a meeting yesterday to begin talking with Sony and Apollo following the expiration of a month-long negotiating window with Skydance on Friday night. The committee met over the weekend to consider its approach to the preliminary $26 billion cash bid, including the assumption of debt made jointly by the entertainment giant and global private equity firm. Yeah, because Paramount Plus really made them a lot of money. That's why they're in the hole. But the David Ellison studio is still in the mix as Paramount seeks to continue those talks, just non-exclusive, obviously, Deadline has learned. That's a deal that won't have any regulatory issues in closing and is the one that PAR's controlling shareholder, Shari Restone, prefers. Paramount shareholders hate the Skydance deal just as much of Hollywood detests the idea of Paramount and Sony merging, a combination that would need to pass regulatory scrutiny. The assets would also likely need to be split up. Hollywood, however, sides with Shari. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I guess I am. In a in an FT story today, James Cameron says, "I love the Ellison idea." Ari Emanuel calls David Ellison a natural acquirer of Paramount. Ellison, backed by Larry Ellison and Redbird Capital, would take over Paramount by acquiring Redstone's controlling stake. It would remain a public company, which would then, in a second step, acquire Skydance in an all stock deal. Shareholders have been sniping for months over Redstone's premium and del- delusion, delusion, whatever, from the all stock deal, which means issuing millions of new shares. The new owner would inject fresh capital into the merged company led by Ellison and Jeff Shell, which would be restructured. I wonder what it would drop it down to. Let me see if I can buy a share or two when it pops up. Previously, a 1 month exclusive negotiating window between Paramount Global and Skydance ended at midnight last night and has not been renewed. But the David Ellison Company is still in the mix as a special committee of Paramount's board meets today. The group is considering how to approach a very different all cash offer from Sony and Apollo. Dear Lord. Aaron, yeah, all right. I'll talk to you later, old man. I'm gonna figure out what in the hell I'm doing, anyways. Uh, uh, I'm probably gonna leave after this article's done because my throat's wearing out, and I want to make sure my supper doesn't burn. You know, I'm not cooking it. So I'll talk to you later, old man. But David Ellison, where was I at? Fairmount's board meeting. Yeah, all right. Renew, but David Ellison's company is still in the mix of the special committee of Paramount's board meeting today. The group considering how to approach the very different all cash offer from Sony and Apollo. Deadline here is that the committee may be looking into a so called go shop provision, which allows a public company to explore competing offers, even it's already has a what? Should it be even if it already has a firm purchase offer in hand? The duration of a go shop period is usually one of 2 months. PAR's control shareholder, Sherry Redstone, has favored a deal with Skydance, backed by Larry Ellison and Gary Leonard Cardinals, Redbird Capital, although, sorry, I can't pronounce names. I am absolute shit. Although other investors have been hating on it for over a month since even a sweetened offer, it would leave the company public. Sony and Apollo have lobbied a primarily preliminary offer of about $26 billion, but haven't yet had access to the books. Agents, managers, and others in Hollywood fear that Paramount Sony hookup, which, if it passes regulators, would reduce the number of big players for shopping projects and doing business. Previously, the clock is ticking down to midnight, the end of the month long. All right, so whenever that we're talking about their time is burned out, it's just look. Sony has been dying. They shot themselves in the foot. They took every profitable thing they had out of franchises that could have made them a fortune and turned them into a dumpster fire. So that's on them. They screwed up. They killed the golden goose. Star Trek really really would have worked well for them. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how many Tom Cruise movies you can throw on Paramount, it's not going to save it. Tom Cruise is good, but even he can't save that. It's just not going to happen. Oh, that is see, when was this? Oh, that was May 2nd. I'm going to leave that alone. To say Sony's making a lot of fuck ups, anyways. But, anyways, I thank anybody who was there watching. Thank you, old man, for watching. It's time for me to punch out. I will try to have I'll try to have another stream up next Sunday. I'm trying to get a few things sorted. I may have a dual stream going, but anyways, I thank you very much for watching. If you would, please consider leaving a like. If you think I earned it, maybe subscribe. That'd be nice. Anyway, I hope you have a pleasant evening, day, or whatever it is for you. And I will catch you in the next one.